Welcome to Science on the Streets. My name is Cynthia Bassi, and today I am on the streets of Nyanya. So for the longest, there has been debate about the authenticity of herbal medicines and orthodox medicines. We've heard that herbal medicines are alternative medicines, while so many other people think that orthodox medicines are better options. So, herbal medicines or orthodox medicines, which do you prefer? Join me as I hit the street to find out what people think. Before we ask the public what they think about herbal versus orthodox medicine, let's take a closer look at how these two forms of treatment actually behave, starting with a simple science experiment. Today, we are asking, what happens inside your body when you take herbal medicine versus when you take orthodox medicine? And we will demonstrate this using something simple: water, medicine samples, and time. These two glasses represent the human body. Think of them as your bloodstream or your digestive system, where the medicine travels and gets absorbed. First up, we've got a standard orthodox medicine. This is a lab-tested tablet or capsule. It contains a precise amount of active ingredients with binding agents and coatings that control how quickly it breaks down and is absorbed into your system. See that? It dissolves evenly. This is what scientists call a controlled release. It is engineered to work fast or slow, depending on what your body needs. The dose is exact. Too little and it won't work. Too much and it could be harmful. So, orthodox medicines are heavily regulated. Now, here is a herbal option. Crushed leaves from a medicinal plant. This could be neem, guava leaves, bitter leaf, or even roots like ginger or turmeric. These are often boiled, chewed, soaked, or ground into powders. Notice how this one behaves. It's natural, yes, but not very precise. Some parts dissolve, others don't. The active ingredients are there, but the dosage, that's the tricky part. Here's the science. When you take medicine, your body breaks it down in your liver and digestive tract. The medicine then travels through your bloodstream to where it's needed. Orthodox drugs are tested in labs to make sure they dissolve at the right rate, hit the right targets, and leave your body system safely. This is called pharmacokinetics, how the drug moves through your body. With herbal medicine, it's harder to predict. Some herbs contain powerful compounds, but the strength depends on how the plant was grown, harvested, stored, and prepared. That means you might get too little or too much, and sometimes plants carry harmful chemicals if not handled well. This test strip shows concentration. Notice how orthodox medicine distributes evenly, while the herbal mix is all over the place. That's the challenge with unrefined herbal remedies: inconsistency. Now, don't get me wrong. Many modern drugs actually come from plants. Aspirin was inspired by willow bark. Quinine, used to treat malaria, came from tree bark. But the key difference is research, testing, and measurements. So, what does this tell us? Not that herbal medicine is bad, but that how it is prepared and used matters. Just because it is natural doesn't mean it is always safe or effective. And just because it is synthetic doesn't mean it is dangerous. It's all about science, safety, and dosage. Alright, now that we've set the stage with some science, let's see what people on the street really think.
Orthodox medicine is medical, like all these medical tablets, syrup, injections, all of that put together. But herbal medicine are medicine from roots or from leaves of plants.
Herbal medicine is just like simple combination of herbs like leaves, veggies, like that. It's for treatment. While orthodox medicine is a combination of different elements, compounds for treatments. Yeah.
Well, to me, I've told you before, I like spiritual God. I believe in God because Bible says that is the Lord, is Him that healeth. Even the doctor says we care, but God heals. So, and then coming to herbal, even the Orthodox medicine got their source from the herbal. So only that the herbal is raw materials. And why I believe in natural things is that our body needs natural things. The chemical we are taking is affecting. In those days, there is nothing like kidney failure. But today, because of the chemical, people take drugs anyhow. And even the doctor themselves, you will see some mistakes and all those things. So I prefer herbal. And that's why I was born up. My mother, even weekly, there is one medicine he gave us. We vomit all those dirty things out. Not Orthodox. And we live fine. I never visited hospital until my mother's death. That is when I saw myself in the hospital because I don't know much about how they prepare it.
Medicine are those ones that are made from herbs, roots, and all that from plants. Maybe you explain to me. That is gross. Oh.
Prefer orthodox medicine because my reason is that it's not that traditional medicine is bad, it also is good, but there is no a measurable prescription because drugs when they give you, they will give you the number or the measurement that you will take, and they will test the sickness that it can work exactly. But the herbal medicine, they don't have a running equipment that can run and see that. For example, if you have malaria, they never test the medicine and know that it can work for a malaria exactly. They assume, and it may not be exactly, and it can have a side effect to another the sickness in the body.
I prefer the herbal medicine. Yes.
Which one do you run to first?
The orthodox. Because the problem with herbal medicine is because we don't know the quantity to take. And when you take too much of it, that is when it affects our liver. So since the other one, we already know the quantity, we already know the dosage. That is why I will first of all go for that one. But the herbal medicine is more effective if you know the quantity to take, the dosage to take.
I prepare the both sometimes, but herbal medicine is the one that used to heal fast very well. But the orthodox medicine you're talking about is like you need it for urgent, you give it. But the herbal medicine, like you go and get to the farm and go and prepare the medicine and come and give it to the person that is sick. But orthodox medicine, you just go to the pharmacy nearby and buy it and give to the person. So that's what I want.
Because I think that one is more easier for me and is more helpful. Yes.
So, if you are sick, which one do you first run to?
Well, I first run to the Orthodox medicine.
Okay. So which one do you think cures faster?
It's the Orthodox medicine.
Prefer the English one because when you talk about the herbal drugs of a thing, you don't really know what and what they use in preparing it. So when you talk about the English one, at least you know definitely with all this there are guarantees for the people who produce it and they are well enlightened. But you talk about this agbo of a thing, I cannot really predict because a lot of people goes using dirty water to prepare it and the rest. And when you finish consuming it, you cause damage to your health instead of having changes. And that is what I think there.
Orthodox medicine.
So tell us why you prefer it.
Because that one, yeah, really sure. Like now, I'm a science student. Now I know what they use to do it, and yeah, sure. And they have particular measurement they used to use. But herbal medicine, they don't even just you put this one, you put that one. They don't even have particular measurements. Nothing.
So as a science,
From the way I've seen things, the way I like to see things, I feel like the herbal medicine is better off. I know why it's better off because I feel it's natural. I feel I'm safer. I feel like I'm safer because I know where it's coming from. But the Orthodox, I don't really know what it but everybody says it's safe. But for me, sometimes I can just take, in the morning I can take garlic. I cannot take garlic. And I'll feel like my body has been refreshed.
I prefer the Oyibo medicine, basically because that's what we grew up with. So I'll go with the Orthodox medicine.
All right, that's it on today's episode of Science on the Street. So we've heard diverse opinions and answers from people on the street, young boys, girls, mommies, daddies, about their preferences on Orthodox medicine and herbal medicine. So you there, what are your preferences? Is it herbal medicine or Orthodox medicine? Which do you prefer? See you next time on Science on the Street. I'll leave you with this to ponder.